When Rachel suspected her husband may be stepping out on her, she began to worry. What she ended up learning was more tragic than she could have ever imagined, but it still managed to bring them closer together. Rachel and Blake were high school sweethearts. Since they were freshmen, they had fallen in love so deeply that they couldn't picture themselves with anyone other than each other. They had 2 children, and both enjoyed successful careers. When Blake turned 50, his behavior started to change. He was making erratic decisions like buying a new sports car and changing his dressing sense. He's just having a midlife crisis, Rachel told herself, but she couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. "Something's going on with you, Blake. Please just tell me," Rachel told him. "Nothing is going on, I promise you. Just trust me," Blake replied. Rachel could see that something was going on under the surface. Blake had also seemed more frustrated than usual. They promised each to work on their relationship rather than drifting further apart. Rachel even tried to add some flavor by inviting him out for dinner. "I'm thinking we grab a bite to eat, stroll down the boardwalk, and catch a movie, like we used to," she texted him. All was set for Friday evening when Blake texted back, "You're not going to believe this, but I need to stay at work until late. I'm not going to be able to make our date." Rachel was heartbroken and angry. To make matters worse, Blake got home way later than usual and was in a mood. "What's wrong?" Rachel asked. "I can't talk about it right now. Let's just go to bed," Blake replied. Rachel began to suspect Blake was cheating on her because he continued arriving home late. She told herself she was overthinking and decided to try something new to keep the spark alive. She bought new dresses and makeup, but Blake didn't notice. He was constantly tired when he got back home and hardly spoke. As Christmas came and went, Rachel's sister, Emily, invited everyone for a family dinner to make an announcement. As tears poured down her face, Emily said, "I'm pregnant." Everyone cheered and congratulated her, but Rachel noticed Blake sunk into a corner and began crying. At first, Rachel thought Blake's reaction was purely out of joy, but when she asked if he was okay, he went to sit in the bathroom. Her suspicions grew stronger. Rachel started to believe that Blake was not only being unfaithful, but that he was cheating on her with Emily. As much as she tried, she couldn't hold it together anymore. "Tell me what's going on now, Blake. I can't take this for another second. Have you been sneaking out on me?" she asked. "Rachel, I would never do that to you. Please trust me. I just can't talk about it right now," Blake replied. Out of nowhere, Emily burst into the bathroom. Rachel immediately confronted her, but Emily denied that anything was going on. After a short argument, Emily left. That night, Blake and Rachel didn't say a word to each other. They had always told each other never to go to bed angry, but that night, they didn't say a peep. The following morning, Emily called Rachel after Blake had left for work. "I need to be honest with you, Rachel. Do you remember months ago when I asked Blake to come by and help me with my electrical problem?" Emily asked. "Yes," Rachel replied. "Well, that day, Blake happened to find some test results of mine from the doctor. I haven't told anyone about it, but I have stage 3 cancer. I've been so afraid to tell anyone because I didn't want the family to worry. Then I found out that I was pregnant. I don't know how long I have, but I promise you nothing happened between Blake and me. He's just been keeping this secret from me," Emily revealed. "Oh my goodness, Emily. I'm so sorry to hear this. I had no idea. I'm sorry I accused you last night. It's just that Blake had been acting so strange lately. I thought the worst. I'm here for you no matter what, sister," Rachel replied. Weeks later, Emily's husband left her after hearing the news, and she had nowhere to go. Rachel and Blake took care of her need during that time. Even when Rachel gave birth and her cancer worsened, they all stayed strong together. Emily's newborn son, Gabriel, became a part of Rachel and Blake's family. Unfortunately, 2 months after giving birth, Emily passed away. With her last words, Emily said, "Thank you both for everything. Please look after Gabriel for me. Tell him I loved him more than anything." Rachel and Blake adopted Gabriel and constantly reminded him of his mother's words. All is not what it seems. Although Rachel had every reason to be suspicious, she soon learned that what she thought was happening wasn't happening at all. Always look out for family. Rachel and Blake were both there for Emily during her darkest hour and continued to take care of Gabriel together. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this story with your friends. It might brighten their day and inspire them.